Hi, hello, I'm Michael.
I'm Ethan.
We're the Theme Park Bros bringing you coasters and coffee who podcast episode 2. And this is something we'll do on our channel if we are just very behind on the amusement industry, which, boy, are we way, way behind on stuff. Explain what are some of the things we are pretty behind on.
Well, we we never analyzed the new Giga Coaster coming to Kings Island, which is Orion, a 300-foot
No, we'll explain that later. Just
drop.
we're currently explaining like what we have not yet talked about that should have been honestly talked about a while ago.
So, um,
I'll explain some other ones. There was an attempted merger. Six Flags attempted to merge with Cedar Fair, which we will discuss more into that. That is really the two things we've missed, but they're so important. But our things we are going to do is we are going to rank all of Cedar Point's coasters, which again we'll explain later. And then just overall theme park discussion, including Cedar Fair's biggest year since 2018, potentially going to happen 2021. So let's just get right into this, starting with Orion. Explain the stats, Ethan.
so this is going to be a 300-foot, not fully 300 foot, but the natural thing is going to make it 300 feet, which is still considered a giga coaster, but I mean, I'm not sure. And also, pretty sure 91 miles per hour is the top speed. I'm not sure what the length of it, but it is the longest seal coaster at Kings Island. That's all I know. So just think longer than Diamondback. Yeah.
Alright. So we're not going to do both our thoughts on this ride, starting with my thoughts. Honestly, I was extremely disappointed. Like, that to a point that I'm protesting it being built. I'm mainly just disappointed of the fact that Millennium Force, it has a 300-foot drop, but it actually goes up 300 feet. They could at least be like 305 feet, 315 feet.
Yeah.
They couldn't just...
Yeah,
save your opinions for after mine. I'm explaining my point of view first. So yeah,
people are saying, because of Millennium Force, like we were just talking about, having, it would have to be that. Even if Kings Island were to go 345, let's say 345 feet, Cedar Point would still have the tallest steel coaster. I mean, I think it was just, I don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't know what the heck is going into mine.
I understand Kings Island not trying to outrival the park that's only like 4 hours away, but my problem is that ride has already been outdone. Literally the year after it opened, Steel Dragon 2000 opened.
Yes. It's been outdone twice,
It's been outdone for years.
Yeah.
I mean, Cedar Point themselves even outdid themselves.
Yeah. 400-foot tall coaster, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna outdo this Giga with a new type of coaster. You know?
Yeah, and Now, theming wise, I love it, and I think I went more biased with the name Orion, well, because simply Metallica. And I just can't wait to imagine hearing Metallica, like, not on the ride or in the queue, but, like, in my mind, hearing Orion by Metallica as I'm riding Orion. But I also love it because you look in the trailer and it looks like the entire area, which known as X Base, now going to be called Area 72. I love how they're just like completely revamping it. Like Flight of Fear is going to get a completely new theming in the entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's gonna be good, and like, I mean, we were talking about the stats earlier, but one of the things that is great about this new ride, it's like you go into their first drop, and then you go into a huge wave turn.
Yes, like,
and that thing's amazing.
And now
that thing looks amazing.
For any of you watching this, this wave turn is like Twisted Cyclone at Six Flags Over Georgia and Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. And me need to know from experience that wave turn on Steel Vengeance of how crazy that felt.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want people in the comments going, "Oh, you're being very biased towards this." Why are you No, because we really actually want to ride this. It's just the fact they went the bare minimum when potentially, like, okay, if it was bare minimum, because it can't be land. I mean, you look everywhere and you see land that was surrounded there. There is no excuse on land-wise. Like, Kings Island, you are not landlocked. So yeah, land was not an excuse.
Especially, sorry if I'm going into a different topic, but this wasn't what we talked about in the first part. Vortex is closing.
Yes, that is a topic that we will discuss a bit later, because that is also some breaking news.
Yeah, and
in fact, tomorrow is the last time to ride it.
I mean, like, Cedar Point is landlocked. Kings Island is not.
Exactly. You look at Cedar Point, it almost looks like someone's roller coaster tycoon park.
Yeah.
They have coasters everywhere, rides everywhere. Kings Island, you can spread everything out a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're losing basically a coaster because they're only getting one back. But, you know, there'll probably be a new coaster in the 3 years after 2020. That'll be
2023 when we're seniors.
Yeah.
Alright.
Seniors, so.
Okay, so moving off of the topic of Orion, Ethan actually, did mention something we forgot to cover. That is breaking news. It is the closure of Vortex at Kings Island, and in fact, at the time that this was recorded and possibly uploaded, aka September 26th, tomorrow, September 27th, is the last day to ride it.
October 27th.
October. Never mind. 2019. Just in case anyone watching this in the future, and I'm like, no. Like, if somehow Vortex comes back to life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
so I look at this land here, and
what do you think?
I look at this land, and it's compact, so it's not going to be that big. If it's going to be a big coaster, it's going to be compact. Now, one option I think that's likely and something I feel Cedar Point need, and that's Cedar Point, Kings Island. What I feel like they really need is a dive coaster. And if you look at Vortex's land, that whole plot of land is perfect for a dive coaster.
Yeah, basically, Canada's Wonderland has three big coasters, and one of them's a dive coaster. So I feel like Kings Island's one of those parks that's going to get one of these dive coasters. Depends, like, if they might close down other rides that might be like, like more space for the dive coaster, but...
Well, I mean...
But this Vortex thing was unplanned. They didn't know,
Yeah, they actually don't know what's going to replace it. But to me, it's unfortunate. I mean, this was the first coaster I rode that went upside down, which paved the way to get me to other rides. It was one of the less painful rides I've ever ridden. But, and other options, I would say, if it wasn't a dive coaster, would be a Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster, a Mack Multi-Launch, or something like that. I mean, who knows? Maybe Intamin will make a comeback to Cedar Fair, and Kings Island could get an Intamin Blitz coaster.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, though, because I don't know how well what happened to Intamin and Cedar Fair. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So, next topic that we needed to discuss.
Next topic we need to discuss.
Oh, the merger.
The merger.
So, last I knew on the merger from someone is it failed. And for anyone watching this and wondering what would this mean, this would mean that Six Flags was looking to combine with Cedar Fair. And if you're a coaster enthusiast, you know that is literally heaven and hell getting along. Like hell trying to merge with heaven. Or dogs and cats getting along.
Yeah, I mean, Cedar Point, there's the two rival parks in those companies that why would we want to merge in the first place? And also, this was just like a desperate move for Six Flags because recently they've been losing some money.
Yeah, and ultimately what they would have been doing is they would have been dragging down Cedar Fair as well.
Yeah.
And this is them basically in a business way saying, we're starting to run out of money.
Yeah.
But, so here's the big reason why this merger failed. Six Flags is quantity over quality, meaning their thing is...
No. They're quality over quantity.
No, that's Cedar Fair, dude. Quantity means more numbers. So it's just about to...
Quantity over quality. I'm pretty sure you said quantity.
Just whatever. I'm about to explain. So basically what Six Flags is quantity over quality. Meaning they'd rather have more parks they'd rather have more parks but not that good of a quality. Cedar Fair, however, is quality over quantity. They have less parks than Six Flags, but I've barely seen any complaints about a Cedar Fair park from enthusiasts.
Cedar Fair is one of those companies that respects quality over quantity, and it shows in how much golden tickets Cedar Fair parks win. It's always a Cedar Fair park getting a golden Ticket Award for best coaster, best new coaster. I mean,
Yeah, but hey, at least Taylor Bybee from Coaster Studios recognizes Six Flags for the #1 nominee for the Silver Ticket Award.
yeah.
But yeah, and you also look at Cedar Fair. They don't add any, not like this year. Not every. I'm pretty sure only like 4 parks got something, and literally 3 of the 4 were water park stuff. Which again, I'm going to stop talking about that right now because that's just going to lead to another topic in this video. To where Six Flags, they're like, and you get a ride, and you get a coaster, and you get a ride. Everybody gets something. Which is probably why they're broke.
Yeah, they're basically...
And then trying to build a theme park in Saudi Arabia with a coaster that defies all the laws of physics.
I mean, yeah. They weren't even thinking. That was just one of the coasters that they were like, hey, I'm going to create this in roller coaster tycoon and make it like the most unrealistic thing that's known to man.
And yeah, and you also got to look at it, is Six Flags tried to do that with China, and that didn't work. And I got a feeling it's not going to work. The Saudi Arabia one's not going to work.
Yeah. Especially what they're trying to do with the Saudi Arabia one and make it like a quality experience. And it's like, I mean, it looks quality, but it's like just an animation. It's like...
Exactly.
It's not going to be real. Because Six Flags, I mean, they have a lot of money. It's just that there's not enough money to make that. I mean, that's like literally insane when I look at the pictures of that.
Yeah. So, the next topic is one I was starting to slightly touch on with I was talking about the merger, is Cedar Fair this year. Like, I don't know.
Cedar Fair had a very okay year this year. They only got one coaster at all of their parks, and that was Orion.
Yeah, Kings Island obviously got that.
Yeah.
And then, like, I think it was like 4 parks that got something. And 3 of the 4 got, like, water park stuff.
Yeah.
But, to me, I look at this and I'm like, typically when a theme park does something like that, it means something big's about to happen. And you gotta think.
You already know.
We already know one confirmed park that's about to get something massive, and that's Cedar Point. Because this year...
150th anniversary.
Yeah, and year 1 that they're celebrating it, they're adding a gold pass, which... it's kind of been a good thing, but it's also kind of been a bad thing, because... what's happened is there's been known as Hurricane Gold Pass, where Cedar Point literally was at capacity last weekend.
Yeah. Because gold passes are cheaper than platinum passes.
Yeah, and it's allowing them to go to Cedar Fair parks, Cedar Point, all year, and you've literally created a situation where, like, 2020, you better get something together.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you are, like, I am warning, this is an official public warning for anybody watching our channel. It is going to be highly doubtful that 2020 you are going to find a non-busy day. Which, one that's typically rare to do at Cedar Point. Luckily, our first trip was a non-busy day. But with how right now is going with gold passes, it is looking like it's about to be like every day, almost every ride has 1 hour waits.
Yeah, 1 hour waits or like 7 hour waits for like Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
Like a Valraven. It will be insane how much people would be. at Cedar Point next year.
Yeah. So, and that's honestly not going to be good. So yeah, official public service announcement coming from the theme park bros is Cedar Point 2020 is about to look bad, and it's not because of what their rides are or anything. It's because of them adding the gold pass and how they've already been, unless they get something together.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, while we're on the topic of Cedar Point, it is now time we rank all the coasters at Cedar Point. Now, I'm going to get my phone to pull up all the coasters so that way we don't forget one. And just to clarify to everybody, we are not ranking kiddie coasters because we frankly did not ride any. So, if you're a younger viewer watching our channel, do not expect to see your favorite kiddie coaster on the list. So yeah, I have to move locations because phone's gonna die. Alright, so yeah. Gonna go whenever my phone will start charging.
Alright.
Cedar Point. Because yeah, I need to go to Cedar Point, go to coasters, just so we don't miss any.
Yeah, I mean.
And we're going to go from the lowest ranked to the highest ranked. And some of them, so I'll say what mine is, and then Ethan will say what his is, because I already know our top 3 is different. But I know our number 1 and probably number 13 are both unanimous decisions here.
Yeah.
Especially number 1 is a unanimous decision. So, 18 coasters we will be ranking. Well, actually, hold on, no. Not 18 because it's including a few others. So, number 13 for me is Corkscrew.
Yeah, same as me.
And if there are fans of it out there, honestly, I don't know how you guys can ride this. This thing is almost unbearably rough. We were in the front row, and we even did the trick of having your head out, and we still had a horrible ride on it. Like, to me, this is just one of those no rides. It
is a classic, though.
It's a classic, and to me, I don't see the history in it. But I think it's because I'm not a long-time Cedar Point goer, so I really wouldn't see the history in it. Alright. So coming in our next spot, which I am going to right now confirm if it's 13. 18 was Express Wilderness Run. So yeah, it was 13. So coming in at number 12 now, it is Magnum XL 200.
Yeah, the same as me too. The 13 and 12 are just, yeah.
Now, I understand the importance of this one, because this is the first ever hypercoaster and ignited the Coaster Awards, which still go on today. But Cedar Point, get Chance Morgan to redo this. Because yeah, even we rode it in a downpour front row, which is unfortunate, but even without it, it is just rough. Every time you go on the small hills, the restraint just comes back and it hits you in the leg. It is just almost unbearable. So, Coming in at number 11, which is the last. Because I'm saying the first three are just there to be honorable mentions of rides that made the list. And I'm going to give this one to the Cedar Creek Mine Train for number 11. Wait, actually, no.
Yeah.
Scratch that. No, Blue Streak.
Yeah, Blue Streak was.
Now, before we get any hate on this, for hating on it because it's a wooden coaster and it's little, that is honestly not the reason why. Because we went in expecting that. The reason why I rank this is because when you start comparing it to the other rides on this list, it does not stack up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it was a pretty smooth ride, I gotta say. But I honestly really can't put this in top 10 when you look at all the other coasters.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, this one is really kind of meant for kids, but, like, it's still kind of not a kids coaster, so that's why it's on the list. So, yeah.
Alright, so coming in at number 10, which is like the real list now, I'm giving this to the Cedar Creek Mine Train.
Yeah, the Cedar Creek Mine Train is, I mean, one of those rides that's there. It's just, it wasn't really, it didn't really impress me. I thought, like, since.
Yeah, really the only thing that impressed us was the guy that constantly kept screaming on it.
Yeah.
Damn. That was really it.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
I liked Adventure Express better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there was more theming,
Yeah.
lots of energy, lots of quality. Alright, so coming in at number 9, I'm going to give this to Rougarou.
Yeah.
And
Or Raptor, I'm not really.
I'm giving it to Rougarou here. So here's my thing on it. It was good, minimal headbanging, but I really didn't see a use for it being here.
Yeah, it was. I
'Cause,
don't
yeah.
know why they even. I mean. Yeah, it was. They could have not changed the name. I feel like Rougarou is one of those things, like, they could just call it Mantis and just made it floorless.
Well, I mean, it serves no purpose at Cedar Point. I mean, they could have just gotten rid of it and honestly put in a better coaster, in my opinion.
They can still do that now,
But back then, they honestly should have.
yeah.
Alright. So coming in at number 8, I give this to Raptor.
Yeah, Raptor.
I mean, I honestly like this because this was one of the few coasters I got to ride that my parents also rode when they went.
One of the only downs I have, like, there's a couple downs about this ride, but, like, one of the downs is, like, when you're going into that final turn.
Yes, the final turn
The final
needs.
the brake run is just like, you're like, doo-doo.
Yeah, that's really the only bad thing I have about it. Other than that, really good. Definitely has held up over the years. And yeah, really good ride.
Yeah.
So coming in at lucky number 7, Iron Dragon.
Iron Dragon, I mean, I would say it's better than that.
I mean, I still to this day don't know what's better. Because, I mean, the Bat doesn't have VR, but Iron Dragon does. But it's more of what impressed me about Iron Dragon is how I kept hearing from reviews that it was pretty rough. And, like, that thing felt, like, almost glossy smooth. and we weren't even in the front row. We were like in the middle.
Yeah.
And the VR just put the icing on the cake. Granted, we had to wait like an hour.
It was still pretty good, though.
Yeah, not gonna lie, it was good. So we were at number 7.
Yeah.
So number 6, Gemini.
Yep. Gemini, I mean,
This blew my mind. Because when we went, it was celebrating 40 years of operation. Same restraints as Magnum, but almost entirely glossy smooth.
yeah.
And too bad when we weren't going, it wasn't dueling because I heard that that Gemini is so close that you could high five somebody on the other train. Which me and Ethan were on other trains. I probably would have actually tried to do that. But yeah, sad it wasn't dueling. But I mean, it was down most of the time. We were lucky we even got a ride on it.
Yeah.
All right, here's where it all starts to come down. The top 5 we now get to. Number 5, I'm giving this to Wicked. I'm giving it to Wicked Twister.
Wicked Twister?
Alright, so here's my thing with Wicked Twister. This was good, really fun, not gonna lie. But, I mean, we got the middle just so we could feel most of the effects, which I feel like that's kind of what ruined it a bit is. For me, it's the same reason as Blue Streak. Just when I start comparing it to the other coasters that I've ridden at Cedar Point, it just doesn't stack up.
Yeah. It's just one of those it's just like, it is the fastest inverted coaster, but like, it's one of those things that's like, is it really an inverted coaster because it really doesn't even invert. So
It's not really the requirement for inverted. So, what is your thought of Valravn being at number 5?
I thought, because in my opinion, there's stuff out there that's better than Valravn. And Valravn was just one of those rides that was just, it felt a little disappointed at the end because I wanted to cut a little bit more because it was pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Alright. So coming in at lucky number 4. I can't believe we're at number 4. Wait. Number 4. Number 4 for me is Valravn.
For me, I would say Wicked Twister. Just because it was still pretty fun.
Yeah, not gonna lie, but not gonna argue there. But for me, what gives Valravn the advantage is our first ride on there, because just dead center front row is the place to be, because you get the full on hang effect on there. And yeah, guys, moments. So honorable mention before I get to my number 3 because I messed up on the count apparently. Because I forgot. I'm giving an honorable mention. Honorable mention for 4. Gatekeeper. And yeah, it was a good ride. Like especially that first drop, just being tilted and then going into the drop. Really pointless airtime hill, though. That's my only complaint about it. But other than that, it was a good ride. And here is where our list really, really differs here. Wait, hold on. Dang, no. So I have to do an honorable mention for 3 because there's also just the count messed me up. All right. So coming in at number 3.
I'll go Dragster, baby.
Number 3 to me is, yes, Top Thrill Dragster. That is the feeling of going 120 miles an hour is a feeling of its own. Like, you cannot be like, oh yeah, it feels like this. No, you have to experience it for yourself. Cause yeah, and really, if you're scared of heights, it's not that big of a deal. You're literally over the hill in like seconds. But yeah, so for me, honorable mention 3 for number 3 is Millennium Force.
Oh, yeah, we forgot Millennium Force.
Yeah, again, the whole thing at the top of 18 world-class roller coasters, and it's saying from pint-sized coasters like Woodstock Express and Top Thrill Dragster, and then I see the 3 rides we didn't ride. It threw off my count.
Yeah.
But yeah, Millennium Force. Before I say anything about the ride, let me just say that is probably that's probably the greatest station music of all time.
Yeah.
Like, change my mind on that. That is the greatest station music I've heard on any roller coaster. But the ride, lots of, as Martin Tyler and Alan Smith would say, lots of energy, lots of quality. It was. Honestly, wish we would have gone to the back row though.
Yeah. Also, it was a little. I was like into it. I was going into it. It's like, oh, this is no big deal.
Yeah, because we had heard from reviews that it was overhyped. Then yeah, we got off that ride like, oh man, this is good. Alright, here's where it starts to get to the big guns. Coming in at the number 2 spot, Maverick.
Yeah.
This thing, oh boy. Only thing that's coming. Like,
there's nothing. I've never read anything like that. I was like,
neither have I. And like, that 95-degree drop felt so crazy.
It was crazy. It was only 100 foot and 100 feet, and that's all it had to be.
Yeah, because unlike other airtime where I've experienced, I'm just going, woo. This one, I'm actually just going, woo. Which I know you can't see, Ethan, but the viewers at home can see it. Alright, and here's where it gets to the big one. Unanimous decision, no arguing, Steel Vengeance. What can I say? This is the greatest.
Worst ride at the park when it was Main Street, but now it's the best ride.
Yeah, and it is actually won the golden ticket. Unsurprisingly.
Honestly, they're like literally. I would say the Bailey's the best in the business.
Yeah, I would say this is the greatest coaster in the entire world right now. And yeah, like 30 seconds of airtime, and yes, you feel that 30 seconds of airtime throughout the whole ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this coaster was like the one we just saw the animation and were immediately pumped. And then, this thing absolutely did not disappoint.
Probably even exceeded my expectations.
It took my expectations and literally took a BFG to it. Yeah, like, and Dakota from Coaster Studios. No, in 10 years, that thing's still going to be the best in the world. But yeah. So that has been our official list ranking of Cedar Point, and this also concludes our podcast. Before I leave, I want to say thank you to 28 subscribers. I know. Sounds like something stupid to celebrate over, but the fact that this channel started off, that the channel originally started off as me talking like a complete idiot in a weird voice, calling myself the Coaster Maniac. It's me being, I'm that coaster guy filming regular content. And then going from two guys discussing theme park stuff and getting stuck in a weird area on Backlot Stunt Coaster, which that's on our channel. You really got to see it. It is an unusual place it's gotten stuck at. But yeah, and we are close to 30. So yeah, the fact that this channel has changed, like, the channel has changed 3 times, and we've gotten 28 subscribers is amazing to us. And hey, apparently according to Social Blade, if we get 30 subscribers, apparently we get paid 25 cents a video. Pay up, YouTube. Alright, so that's going to do our Coasters and Coffee podcast part 2. I'm Michael. This has been Coasters and Coffee. We will see you in the next video.